Welcome back, friends, to the Traveling Cheesehead Podcast, where we talk about places with personality, food with a story, and road trips that actually feel like travel. I'm Dannelle Gay, your host, and today we're talking about something that can quietly change everything about how you travel. Travel themes. Not matching outfits, not cruise night themes, and no, I promise, not that. I'm talking about choosing a lens for your trip, a focus, a thread that helps you decide what's worth your time and what you can happily skip. Because here's the thing, you don't need to see everything to have an incredible trip. You just need to see the right things for you. Let's talk about travel themes today and how they can turn good trips into unforgettable ones, cheesehead style. Okay, what is theme travel, really? Theme travel sounds fancy, but it's actually incredibly simple. A travel theme is just this. You decide what you love most: food, history, architecture, breweries, wineries, filming locations, quirky museums, outdoor spaces. Oh, the list can go on, but you let that guide your choices. No rigid planning. We've all been there, from 11 to 11:15 we'll be here. That gives us 10 minutes to travel, and then 11:30 to 11:45 here. No, not schedules down to the minute. Just traveling with intention. Instead of asking, what should I see? You ask, what do I care about most? That question alone changes everything. Now, here's why themes work so well, and especially on road trips. Themes give your trip shape. They cut down that decision fatigue. They help you say no without the guilt. They turn random stops into meaningful ones. And on a road trip, they're magic. Road trips are flexible. They invite detours, and they reward curiosity. A theme gives you permission to follow that rabbit hole, the one that matters to you, and skip the rest. So, let's start with food, the food theme as a storyteller. Okay, this one's my personal favorite, food. Because food isn't just food for the sake of it, it's history, culture, immigration, survival, and even celebration. When food is your theme, you're not just eating, you're learning. You start asking different questions like, where has this been made forever? Who brought these flavors here? Why does this dish matter here? This is how you end up at century-old dells, mom and pop diners, bakeries that locals swear by, and regional specialties that you've never searched for on purpose. Yes, Scrapple in Pennsylvania, where you can learn, is it better with ketchup, apple butter, jam? Oh my gosh, it's the little things like that. Maybe you're in Nebraska, chili and cinnamon rolls. It's an incredible way to go. Food themes will slow you down, but in the best way. Okay, now food trails. This is a little different than just plain food. This has built-in storytelling. This is where food themes get even better. Food trails are already curated for you. You're not guessing. You're not chasing hype. You're following a story. Organizations like the Indiana Foodways Alliance connect travelers to regional specialties, local producers, historic eateries, and the people behind the food. Even in Wisconsin, we have the Wisconsin Agricultural Tourism Association that does that for your field to fork favorites. When you follow a food trail, suddenly lunch isn't just lunch. A detour makes sense. Small towns become destinations. You don't feel rushed. You don't feel like you're missing something. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Okay, how about a history theme? without making it feel like homework. I love history, but not the dry, dusty version, the ones we sat through in textbooks in grade school kind of a thing. I love history that you can stand up inside. Military history, local legends, preserved buildings, historic neighborhoods, battlefields. When history is your theme, you stop rushing. You read the plaques, you take the guided tour, you listen, and if you're lucky enough, the person who's doing the talking for you is in some kind of period costume that helps you see them as part of the story, telling the story. Suddenly, places make sense. You understand why the town exists, why the road curves the way it does, why the community feels the way it does. That's not just checking boxes, friends. That's connection. Okay, this theme is called set jetting. Yes, this counts. And this seems to be new for some people, even though you've probably done it before. If you've ever gone somewhere because you saw it in a movie or a TV show, congratulations, you have already done this. Set jetting is simply traveling to places where movies or TV shows were filmed. And it works because it gives you that instant context. You're not just standing on a street, you're standing inside a scene. Like McHenry County, Illinois, where they shot the movie Groundhog Day with Bill Murray. You have that spot where you can step off the sidewalk and put your foot where he stepped in the puddle. You can toast to world peace inside the bar where they did. You are instantly in that movie and you understand the context. You notice the details. You compare what's real versus what was framed for the camera. You start seeing places as layered, not just backdrops. This theme pairs beautifully with walking tours, architecture, photography, and storytelling. And it's an easy hook for travelers who say, I don't know what I really want to see. Okay, dry tripping and drink culture. This is like two different things. Dry tripping, where you're going places and not having alcohol, and then places where you are, maybe your wineries, your breweries, distilleries, things like that. Dry tripping is having a real moment, and for a good reason. Travel doesn't have to revolve around alcohol to revolve around great drinks. Dry tripping focuses on non-alcoholic experiences, so we're talking zero-proof cocktails, house-made shrubs, botanical sodas, coffee flights, tea programs. And even if you do drink, this pairs beautifully with the craft cocktail culture. When drinks are your theme, you pay attention to the atmosphere, ingredients, and storytelling. If you're sitting down for a high tea, maybe you're wearing a fancy hat, gloves, have a little fascinator or something like that going as you gently put some of that clotted cream on your scone. This isn't about getting tipsy, it's about slowing down and noticing. This theme works especially well when you're traveling with a mixed group or pacing yourself on a long road trip. Okay, this is a good theme, Route 66, and this is the year. Let's talk about the big one, the Mother Road. This is the 100th anniversary of Route 66. If there was ever a time to lean into a themed road trip, oh baby, this is it. You don't have to do the whole thing. You don't have to go coast to coast. You don't have to call it a big trip. Echo, echo, echo. You can explore Route 66 state by state if you want. Focus on just one region. Pair it with food, history, or quirky roadside stops, or go all in on the full adventure. Route 66 already has a story built in. You're not just driving, you're following a narrative. And that's what themes do best. They give your miles meaning. Okay, now let's talk about how to use these themes like a pro. This is the part people miss. You don't need only one theme. You need one main theme and one or two supporting themes. For example, food, and history, Route 66 and food trails, set jetting and architecture, dry tripping and local art scenes. Your main theme drives decisions and your supporting theme adds texture. This keeps trips focused, but not super narrow. Now, visitor bureaus are your secret weapon. You've heard me rave about them before. This is where your visitor bureaus shine. When you walk in and say, I'm following a food trail, or I'm here for filming locations, or I'm traveling Route 66 by state, these people light up. They stop guessing, they start curating. Visitor bureaus are built for themed travelers. It's how themes unlock hidden gems. All right, here's your Midwest reality check, folks. This is exactly where the Midwest shows up. A flight with a layover might take 12 hours. You have security, delays, cancellations, weather. I know I can drive to Louisiana in 14. A 10-hour road trip? That's just a Tuesday in the Midwest. Themes make these long drives worth it because every stop has a reason. So here are my final thoughts, folks, and what I hope that you take away. Great trips aren't about seeing more. They're about seeing what matters to you. Themes help you travel with intention, create richer memories, and stop chasing what everyone else says you absolutely should see. Once you start traveling this way, it's really hard to go back. Now, if this episode has sparked an idea for your next trip, I'd love it if you'd like, follow, and share the Traveling Cheesehead Podcast. Send it to someone you travel with. Send it to someone who keeps saying, we really should take a trip. More amazing things are coming. Until next time, keep your tank full, your plans flexible, and your curiosity wide open.